Jay's back again, doing another Transformers review. This time I got a request to do a character, and I ifed and aved if to do his original or the remake. And because it's a bit more interesting, just a bit more backstory wise, I decided to do classics Jetfire. Now, why do I say this guy's a little bit more interesting? Because this Jetfire actually accomplishes something the G1 Jetfire never did. To give you an example, this is from the 1987, I've shown you that before, the Marvel Universe, which actually I've noticed Marvel got it wrong on this book, because they've actually listed him as Jetfire. But any of you who know, this guy was not listed as in the cartoons isn't Jetfire, that's Skyfire. Now, that's what originally Jetfire is supposed to look like. But like I said, in the cartoon he was known as Skyfire. And the reason you have the two names is because Hasbro, being the cheapskates and lame people they are, and considering they stole most of their ideas in the 80s, and they did, when they went to Jetfire, they had just gone to a toy convention in Japan, and basically they saw the Valkyrie figure for the Robotech toy line, and they thought, you know what, that would make a really good toy for Skyfire, and that's what we ended up with. And excuse that he doesn't have his armor clipped on at the moment, it's sitting over there. But like I just said, that's what we ended up with. That is Jetfire. Nothing against Jetfire. Jetfire is still an awesome toy. Well, he is the Robotech Valkyrie, and the Robotech Valkyrie toys. Let's just say I've got a few of these figures. Yes, quite a few. I've also got the SDF one, which I will do a review of because that is a lovely battleship. Because Hasbro had made the toy so different to his toy counterpart, there were a lot of complaints about it, so they couldn't actually list him as Skyfire. So hence the reason Hasbro just turned around and went, you know what, we'll call the toy Jetfire, okay? And that's basically what happened. So basically, when they came around to doing the Classics line, they've decided to basically set the record straight. Unfortunately, they couldn't actually call this guy Skyfire anymore, because even though they've done it right, the main problem is they've lost the rights to it again. Why on earth didn't they think, wait a second, we're on to do a good thing, we're sending millions of these things, maybe we should actually trademark more of the names? Because I know for a fact they've lost Jazz, they've lost Ratchet, they've lost Hot Rod. Hence the reason in the movie line we've got Autobot Ratchet, Autobot Jazz, and Hot Rod can only be pronounced as Rodimus. Sorry, it's a pet peeve of mine. Okay, onto the figure. He was Voyager class, and he is very, very nice. As you can say, this is him with his combat armor, just like the original Jetfire had a lot of combat armor, and just like the original Jetfire, it all comes off. But let me just give you a bit of a focus here. Just give you an overview. As you can see, he's got full landing gear down there, which I'll now fold up. There we go. Sorry, I was really looking at the camera. He has two undercarriage guns, which will become his main weapon. He's got 2 rocket pods, which are spring-loaded. He's got, just like the original, he's got the quad lasers, so he can shoot at ground targets, or actually shoot up if you wish to. And one little advance he's got is on his booster rockets. He's actually got one of the nicest features I really like about this figure, which is snap these back, and you end up with the huge cannons. And I'll talk about them later when he's in robot mode. But first off, let's just show you what he's like without the battle armor on. Like I said, it all pulls off nicely. That's what he looks like without his battle armor in a basic jet mode, and as you can see, he is a really nice jet, and he displays well in either mode, even though you do end up with the horrible holes. But you overlook it with this figure, because this figure just looks so nice. Now the reason I say this guy's a homage is what I'll get into now. To transform him into, well, I say he's got 3 modes. He's got his jet mode, and his modified jet mode, and he's got a Skyfire mode and a Jetfire mode. So let's transform him into Skyfire first. First, take off the cannons and combine them into his dual blaster. Next, you want to open up the front cockpit and take off the Jetfire helmet. Next, unpeg the arms and fold them up. Next, you want to split the nose of the jet. Bring that down and bring the side panels up, locking all that in place, and bring his head around. Bring the legs down, open the thrusters for the feet. Bring up the backpack back, and there's an actual peg hole. And actually, just to quickly show you, don't know if you quickly see this, they've actually included a lot of detailing in there, which is nice. I do like that. Oh, and there's his rub signal. Now, for Skyfire mode, I tend to put his wings down, just to give a sort of difference. And also, the original Skyfire had his wings down anyway. But this is basically what I refer to as Skyfire mode. Let's give you the head sculpt. He does have a little bit of a small head. He's got some light piping, which I don't know. You can see it a bit there, but really nicely detailed. And as for articulation, his arms go full 360. They go out, as you can see. They rotate at the elbow and also bend 90 degrees at the elbow. Hands also rotate. Head is a full 360 and can actually look up. Legs go out to the side. They can also go forward. They can also go back. Nice knee and really nice ratchet noises. And his feet, not really posable. You open and close is pretty much what you do. But you can get this guy in a really lot of good action poses. Okay, now going on to Jetfire mode. First, very quick. Put the Jetfire helmet on top. And as you saw in that picture, the reason I call it Skyfire mode is because it does look very G1 well, very G1 Skyfire for that matter. And then we've got what I call Jetfire mode, which again, different head sculpt, which again is very reminiscent of his G1 toy figure. And again, the big guns come out, and then they become huge hoof and shoulder cannons. I can't recommend this figure enough. He is an awesome thing to add to your collection. Even if you're not a modern day fan, you're just a G1 fan, trust me, this figure is such a good display piece. He really displays well. You can put him in a lot of good poses. Not just that, he also caters if you just like something like, if you are a big fan of Robotech, this is a very good modern day take on the Valkyrie attack fighter. And also, that's one thing I want to talk about, is guns. I'll get that again. Anyone who knows Robotech these guns, you know what they remind me of? The main weapons on the SDF-1 when deployed. That's the look they have. Even the gun barrel is identical to the SDF-1. I don't know if that's intentional, if someone was copying that, but that's what these guns remind me of. Okay, I see my time's running out, so I better wrap this up. So, this is Jetfire and J saying goodbye, saying have a good evening, have a good day, whatever the time it is. Make sure you're having a good one, and I'll catch you in the next review. See ya.